Recorded Books presents Activated, a calculated novel by Nova McBee, narrated by Keating. Prologue. Geneva, Switzerland, European Union Energy Summit. 18 days after Tunisia. The blackouts feel like a sign. It's the first PSS assignment since my numbers returned. Maybe I'm foolish for jumping back into work so quickly after Tunisia, but an assignment to prevent darkness felt like a good place to start. Since Tunisia, most of my time is spent in the midnight hours, searching for him, the one who turned my day into night, my sun into the moon, my sea into the stars. For Noble. Nothing is normal since I left him. Nothing will be until I find him. But even with the potent return of my mathematical gift, I still can't crack his code in the stars. It's 6:32 p.m. in Geneva on the last night of the European Union Energy Summit. We're in an auditorium built like a coliseum, seated with 211 people. Experts from 30 nations are gathered here in Switzerland, home to the largest power grid in Europe, to discuss the sporadic blackouts that have been hitting Europe and other parts of the world, leaving hundreds of millions without electricity. Prodigy Stealth Solutions was invited too, discreetly of course. Agent Ramos, Ms. Taylor's former boss at the Defense Intelligence Agency and PSS's government overseer, invited us to be extra ears and eyes at the summit. Ramos said he wanted a different perspective on the blackouts. So here we are. But if I'm right, this will also lead me to Noble. There's no way he doesn't know what's going on with these blackouts. On paper, we're just student observers. Ms. T and the PSS team sit beside me. We're seated near the back row, where journalists take notes and camera crews record the summit. Experts aren't sure what's causing the blackouts. Most scientists believe they're a result of the recent geomagnetic storms caused by solar flares, which are eruptions from the sun. They aren't normal power outages where electricity is simply cut off. But these intense surges of energy from the sun could severely damage power grids and mess with other electrical systems, which would explain why certain satellites are experiencing malfunctions and total failure. I came here with the intention of finding answers, maybe even solutions, but so far the trip is not what I had expected. Ever since my gift returned in Tunisia, I've had to work double time to pay attention. A new dimension of numbers has emerged, and now my numbers buzz with so many layers of information, it's hard to think straight. I always assumed if my numbers returned, they'd be the same as before. I was way off. Noble wasn't kidding when he said I'd need time to understand my new abilities. I've been upgraded to a new operating system without instructions. What he didn't tell me was that my gift would crescendo like water coming to a boil on the stove, which leads me to a question. What happens when it boils over? I'm afraid to find out. The ability to measure sounds and frequencies started when I met Noble in the Bardo Museum in Tunis, and now it increases daily. Not only do I pick up frequencies from humans, animals, electronics, vibrations, both man-made and natural, but I measure things unseen by human eyes, anything pulsing with energy around me. It takes time to identify the source of each frequency, if I can identify it at all. These unseen frequencies are hyper-visceral. They feel skin close, a whisper in my ear. I'm no stranger to paranoia, a product of the Pratt, no doubt, but everything feels like a threat. It's a maddening ticker tape running at speeds too fast to comprehend. I'm starting to feel like Double Eight again, checking over my shoulder and raising false alarms. Where I once had a handle on my gift, this is a whole new level of non-stop input. I'm a toddler lost in a 7-story mall and can't
Sample complete. Ready to continue?